Okay, I'm trying something a little bit different today on this blog post. Instead of typing everything out, which we'll still do, I'll summarize everything. But I am a visual learner in so many ways. So I wanted to put together a quick video to show you guys how I organize and create how I set myself up for time-saving success with my blog and how to structure a blog post, an easy way to ensure that you are set up on the back end so that it's a lot easier to put together a blog post. So once my blog post is written and ready to go, in other spaces where I organize all of that, I don't put anything into Squarespace until it's ready and the content is written. At this point, I will send my assistant my finalized blog post, the link in the Google Drive document, and she comes in here, or me, we both do it, but I have these templates set up. When I'm ready to blog, all I have to do, depending on what I'm doing, and since I have so many different little avenues with my business, whether it's weddings, an educational type blog post, engagement sessions, the podcast, or featuring a website project, it became very clear very quickly that if I want to be blogging more regularly and being organized, I need templates to be able to copy. So all of this really starts with the graphics as well. And depending on what you offer, I can't recommend enough having a go-to blog graphics template in Illustrator or Canva. I've never used Canva, but I know a lot of people use that. Photoshop, I'm a huge fan of Illustrator. So this is what my setup looks like. And essentially this is my blank canvas. And I actually never I save it like this. I always save it like this. Then when I'm working on posts, I will add all those posts, export all the graphics, and then I actually don't even save the document when I'm done because I just want it to be this blank canvas for me each time I go in to get blog posts ready. And all the gray options on here are where I fill in photos and sneak peeks of if it's an opt-in. Let's see here, what else? So yeah, anything in gray is where I like to fill with a photo. But like I said, I'll also mix things around if I'm not liking the design or the text or however it's looking. There's room here to be able to create whatever I want. And then this is something also within my own blog where I have custom thumbnails to showcase what category it is. Coming in here, say I'm about to blog a wedding, I will just come over here, edit, and duplicate this blog post. And that way, I know when it says copy that that's the copy because I don't ever want to mess with this one. I want that to just stay as it is. As you can see here, I format my posts a certain way. And in order to make this easier, instead of adding all this formatting every single time, you can see that I was just able to easily and quickly copy this template and go from there. And then my assistant and I don't need this to-do list anymore. But in the beginning, when I was training her, this was awesome to have for her to be able to quickly go through. And we actually have all of this on Trello now. But if you have somebody helping you or you just need little reminders, this is a great place to have a little checklist on things to do before getting a blog post ready to go. So I use Stomp to create my blog posts. And you can see that in here. I think this one has a good example of it, a customized way that I like to create my blog post imagery so that it's really on brand. And so this is all new, but love Stomp for this purpose and in the ability to create this how I want it to look on my blog so that it matches my brand. And if you are interested in that and how that looks, just go to stompsoftware.com, Stomp. Here it is, super easy, and there's videos and everything to help you. And if you type in Emma Rose 19, you will get a 20% off discount if you've never bought this before. It's a one-time code to be able to use, but definitely highly recommend. This has helped my blogging workflow tremendously. Love it. Okay, back here. So anyway, essentially just creating a template however you structure your own blog posts. And then I like to have, for SEO purposes, this is a whole nother thing. I have an opt-in on my resources about an SEO checklist. This is one of them, linking direct URLs to other blog posts. So I have a little grab bag bucket on Google Drive that has every single blog post I've ever written in a nice formatted way so that we just have to go in there and copy and paste over 3 blog posts that are relevant to whatever I'm talking about in the post. So for this one, I'd probably post 2 weddings and an engagement session. And then another way I like to look at things in Squarespace is there's 2 different views. You can view it in the edit here, or you can view it like as the reader would view it. And this just is another way to make sure that it looks exactly how you want it to look. And then I've also done this with educational type posts. So this is where I primarily use the graphics over here. And same thing, it's just pretty straightforward, but it really ends up saving a ton of time. And I do stacked galleries. Once I've blog stomped everything, I create a stacked gallery to keep it super easy. Podcast, yeah, this is where I like to plug in the episodes so they can either listen to it here with also links to iTunes. And if you have an opt-in that you want included on every blog post, or, for this one, I'm keeping this one on here because it's for the podcast. I want people to sign up for this list. I hope this was helpful and that it saves you a ton of time on your own blog and productivity. So thanks for listening to this, and I hope it helps you and your business.